Okay, this is the last part. This is an inspiration from the higher planes. I could water this down a bit, but I don't think I'm going to. So, Master Jesus wishes to talk to you upon this subject. The ego child for you, my brother, represents your struggles, your life experience within your worlds of pain and suffering. It is the fight for your survival. It is the fight for recognition. It is the fight for love. Can you understand that your ego child fights for love? It fights for understanding. It wishes to be heard. It does not know how to accept love. It struggles to give love. It only knows rejection. And so, it engages with all those lower emotions, thoughts, and becomes the victim, becomes the aggressor. When the ego child wants nothing for itself, then it will gain everything. It is the sacrifice it has to make. It has to be silent. It has to come to know love, to live in love, then to give love freely, without return. Can the ego child come into that understanding when it has nothing to say, when it can listen, not for the sounds of these worlds in which you live, but other sounds, the sounds of harmony, the voice of the silence? When the ego child bows down and is humble, then an angel of love will descend from on high to ignite the heart. Your visions will change. Your senses will be given love. How can you understand that? It means you will see and hear things very differently than before. Because the ego child only hears and sees what it wants to. The ego child is in a state of unknowing, a cloud of unknowing. You cannot reason with an ego child, and it will not understand the love you wish to give it, not outwardly. Your ego child can bow down. It can sacrifice itself for the good. It can then give over its power, and this is the freedom and the liberation, to want nothing from others, and yet have love in your heart, even though they may criticize you or others. As you watch on, they too are fighting and struggling with their ego child. And of course, love in the heart works together with wisdom in the head. Are you wise enough to discriminate yourself? Do that for yourself, then you can discriminate others within circumstance. I say circumstance because it is the interaction, the sounds and activity that require discrimination. And also, discriminate your time. You live in time and wisely need to give yourself time, to give yourself love. You may fight with this because as you look in the mirror, as you think about yourself, then the ego child will come into its power and criticize. As you think it is you that is criticizing yourself, you accept that you do so. But if you also accept there are many aspects to you, then you realize it is the ego child that is talking to you. It is not you, as in soul. This undermines the soul and its manifestation, the inner child. And how many times will your environment reinforce what you are thinking and feeling? Everything recreates itself within your lifetime. It is the law itself. Live within the law of love. It sees no separation within the whole. Expand your mind with this understanding. Expand your heart. Be joyful and love what you are without exception. You may say many things to that comment. Who is saying these things? It is not you as a soul. Understand that you are a soul, and beyond the incidentals, the complications of the ego child. Rise above the crowd. Look out towards a bigger picture. All is moving forward. See beyond time, beyond the ego child, and from there, from the beyond, you will find love. You will find intelligence. You will find the will of the Father. It is not His will that makes you suffer. It is the ego child that wishes to suffer. The ego child will constantly relay that message. The ego child will never say, I am at one. I am happy. I can love. I see no separation. The ego child will say, but this, that, and the other is happening. The ego child is in the boat, riding the waves of emotion, of turbulent thought. The clouds are dark. So look to the sky, see a ray of light. The clouds will part, the waves will calm. This ray of light is the love that comes from the Christ. You only have to look upwards. Feel this love in the heart. You will find the land. The sun will shine upon you, and many will want to follow you, to find that place upon which you stood. You may feel alone, but you are not. I am always there when you are in need. Trust that I will come to your aid. This I will do for you as a soul, also for your ego child. If you are facing a crisis of the ego child, and that is the time to ask. But you have to be humble, to let go of your power and control. Can you imagine how that would feel? To be free, free from a troubled mind, free emotionally. Try to feel that now. Imagine that you are free of all those things that the ego child collects. Free from anything that ties you down, any worries. Can you feel your heart center opening? Can you feel now the energy of love, the joy of being? Look around you. See things you have never noticed. Can you hear the beautiful sounds of harmony? Can you smile? These are my last words. So, for a few moments, try to do this and smile.